Hi, my name is Fabian Dolan. I went to music school, so you don't have to. I help take beginner guitarists and make them a lot more advanced. If you're interested in that, check the link below in the description. Today's video is on the idea of music as a language, right? I think music is a language, seeing as we can write it, right? We have sheet music, lead sheets and stuff like that we write music down on. We can speak it, right? We play our instruments. That's speaking music essentially, right? And we can hear it, right? We listen to other people play their instruments. We kind of we interpret the language, right? And we kind of take in these ideas the same way that we do that through our native language. So if music is a language, which again I believe it is, that means we need to start having conversations with that language. We need to use the language of music, learn how the grammar works, and have good conversations with that. So think about what makes a conversation good when you're speaking to someone in your native language, right? What makes it entertaining and thought-provoking to speak with someone? I think the most important thing in a conversation is the ability to listen. Because if two people aren't listening to each other, then eventually you're going to be talking about two completely different topics, and there's going to be no point actually having a conversation in the first place, because you're both just speaking about different things and no one understands each other. I think musicians are all guilty of not listening correctly, right? Especially when it's our time to play a solo. We kind of just play all these kind of pre-planned lines and phrases that we practice, but we haven't listened to the band and how that sounds, and it kind of just sounds terrible over the top of it. We're talking about two different topics essentially. So next time we play a solo, for the first 4 bars, just stop, don't play anything, right? Your job is to just listen to the band, listen to the rhythm section. How is the drummer playing the snare? How is he playing the kick? How is the bass interacting with that? And then you think, what can I do to complement this, right? You don't think, oh, I know this really cool pentatonic lick, right? You don't do that, right? You think, this sounds cool. What can I do to create something that's going to complement this, right? The same way that when you're having a conversation, someone says an idea that provokes a thought within your head, you start thinking, you think about the stuff you already know in your own personal experience, and you can respond with something that relates to the topic that they've just talked about. The exact same thing happens in music. So how can we kind of practice this by ourselves when we don't actually have a band to play with, right? There's an important topic that we, or an idea that we kind of need to get under our fingers and kind of relate with better, and that's the idea of something called call and response. Again, like the analogy I used earlier, when you're having a conversation, someone talks about an idea and then you respond to something on topic. We've got to be able to do that with how we play our instrument. So let me show you how I'm doing that at the moment. I'm going to try and demonstrate this idea just in just using an A blues. Right? So when you're practicing your instrument, I want you to take a chord, play it in time, and then respond to it with a melodic phrase, right? So let's give that a try. Let's go something like, right? So practice this, right? Just play the chords in time, tap your foot, put a metronome on, right? Play a chord, and then play a melody over the top of that. Cool, and then respond. And again, if the blues is too complicated for you at the moment, just try doing this over one chord, right? I think all of us know how to use this minor pentatonic shape as guitarists, right? Try doing that, put a rhythm down. Right? This is going to discipline you to kind of play stuff that only sounds good, rather than just going too far and doing too much, right? It's not interesting when someone plays a chord down, you immediately start shredding and playing this really cool, really fast lick to try and impress people. It's not impressive because it doesn't sound good yet. You have to work your way up to that. And the way you work your way up to that is by listening, playing something that kind of works with the band first, and then you can go into the shreddy stuff. You have to build your way there, right? Think about conversations you've had with people in the past. I'm sure everyone's come across someone that has a conversation to try and seem right or kind of seem smart compared to everyone else, right? And it's a kind of frustrating conversation to deal with. No one likes the person that's doing that. They're having a conversation just to win over other people. No one likes that, right? And again, no one wants a bandmate that is playing just to be the most impressive musician there, right? That's not interesting, right? It doesn't sound good. So discipline yourself to listen first and then play. Again, we're all guilty of this, but we just kind of need a bit of just a reminder of how to do that sometimes. It's just a small thing to think about before you start playing, and it will influence how the music sounds massively. So, if you found this video useful, please like and subscribe. If you're interested in lessons, check the link below in the description. If you're stuck with your playing, you're in a rut, I'll be able to help you out. I'll be able to advance your guitar playing. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.